Alright, so it's story time. So I got my drink, I got my snacks, and I'm ready for the story. So yeah, let's get into it. Wait a minute. I'm supposed to be telling you guys the story. Yeah. So I won't be needing these stuff at all. Alright. So let's get into the story, shall we? Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy True Inferno, and today's day is Saturday, June the 22nd. So at this point, Go Fest, the Chicago edition, is in the books for the third straight year in a row. So obviously we got two more Go Fests, whatever, coming up, one in about 2 weeks or so, and then another one a little over a month from now. So the next one is in Dortmund, followed by Yokohama. So that's not what this video is about. Instead, we are going to do an annual tradition. This is going to be a yearly tradition rather. And that means tell you guys the full story that went on involving me at Go Fest. So I done this last year, and I'm gonna do it again this year because there are some things that happened that you guys didn't get to see. So let's start off from the beginning. So obviously, as you all know, Wednesday I boarded a train and I made my way to Chicago. Now, what some of you guys did not know was that on that day, everybody and their mama got delayed. So whether you were flying into Chicago, or in my case, in Hybrid Mongoose and Master Chi case, and I believe Troy had Chris as well, we got delayed by train. So I took the earlier train to get to Chicago. I was delayed by an hour. Hybrid Mongoose and Chi, they took a train, and I think Chris was on that train as well. They took the later train. They got delayed as well. So I got delayed by an hour. I believe they got delayed by an hour as well. But either way, I got there. I got to my Airbnb. And at the spot where, my room was, there was no Pokestop or gym. Literally at the spot where I was at. However, if I walked around the neighborhood, there was a lot of Pokestops and a lot of gyms. More on that later. But I walked one side and made my way to the university, and I got a bunch of Pokestops there. And then after that, I went to the Airbnb and rested up because my legs was running a little bit. And then I made my way downtown. I went to Starbucks, got something to eat and some coffee. I desperately needed coffee and something to eat, so I got both there. Then I went to 7-Eleven to get an umbrella. And then I made my way towards Millennium Park. Now, here's the deal. For those of you who were there and was confused, let me explain something to you real quick. Although it's too late now, but let me explain something to you real quick. The first YouTuber meetup, the one that was advertised on Twitter, probably like 2 or 3 weeks prior, the meetup was at the Millennium Monument, not at the Beam, but at the Millennium Monument. That's where the meetup was supposed to be. So when I got there, I think I was like an hour early. So I walked past the Millennium Monument. I saw nobody there. There was a few people there, but not anybody that I recognized. So I made my way towards the Beam. And that's when I met Glenn, a Secret Lead. There was a few other people representing Secret Lead there as well. I saw Sparky Joy behind them on her own, I guess setting up her camera because she was live streaming. She was setting up for a live stream. But I was too busy talking to Glenn that I didn't get over there to say hi or really confirm if that was Sparky Joy. So after that, I walked around Millennium Park and made my way towards Grant Park. So I got a glimpse of Go Fest early. And on the way back, that's when I went into Sparky Joy, who was live streaming. So I was a part of her live stream. So you saw me on there. There you go. And the two of us, we made our way towards the Millennium Monument. And that's where everybody was at. Like, everybody was there. So when we got there, I met Tom Cruise for the first time. I met T-Slayers for the first time. I met Miranda the kitten for the first time. They were all over there. And then, sometime after we got over there, I know Glenn was over there as well. I want to say he showed up late. That's right, he showed up late. And then that's when J. Kim, Hybrid Mongoose, and Master Chi, and my homeboy Steve and his girlfriend, they showed up. So if you saw J. Kim video of the meetup, you saw me walking up to him and approaching him. So that happened. Then shortly after that, Reverso, Holly, and Zoe, they showed up, and the meetup was on the way. And I'm not going to tell y'all exactly everything that happened during the meetup because it's on the video. But I can tell you some of the people who I met that I did not get on camera. I met where I saw Pope Dave again. Because last year I saw him at the Silver After Party in a wheelchair. This year he was walking, so I saw him. I talked to him for a good minute. I did not get him on camera. I saw Mr. Seven's brother, Jake, and the rest of their crew. I talked to them for a good minute because they remember me from last year. And we were talking for a good minute. So there you go. Then everybody else, you know, and then I got to shout out to homie Jay. I got to give a shout out to the homie Jay. Because even though I did get him on camera, I did not really give him the credit like that. Because at the time, I didn't know who he was, despite the fact that his name was on the shirt. But then once he introduced himself to me, then I'm like, oh, wait, I know who you are. Okay. So shout out to Jay. And again, I'm not going to try to pronounce his old name because I'm a butcher it, so I apologize for that too. But shout out to Jay for that as well. But after the meetup, and then here's the thing. Let me show you guys something real quick. So I want to say this was a month and a half ago prior to GoFest. So I was on the Sip Road Discord group and I was talking to somebody by the name of A White Rabbit. And we got together and we discussed a trade. She was looking for a shiny Sableye and she had, check this out folks, she had this thing right here, the Chatot, waiting for me, ready to go. And we discussed the trade. So I traded her a shiny Sableye for a Chatot. This was going to be my Pokedex exclusive Chatot right here, obviously, Pokedex entry rather. So, remember how I said everybody was delayed? She was flying in from Vancouver, delayed. So she was going to miss the meetup. So at the meetup, she sent me a message saying, hey, I'm at the Shore Shack. You know, in case you get done with the meetup, you can meet me there. So once I read that out loud, I was like, the Shore Shack? Like, where's that at? And Count Gensler, who lives in Chicago, he was right there. He was like, well, there's like a bunch of those, like 3 or 4 of those in downtown Chicago. So I'm like, this lady told me to meet her at the Shore Shack, but she didn't tell me which one. I'm like, what the heck? So as we were talking about, I think it was Hybrid Mongoose, because he was like, yo, let's go get something to eat, because he was hungry. And I think he heard me mention the Shore Shack. He's like, yo, let's go to the Shore Shack. So it was me, Count Gensler, Hybrid Mongoose, J. Kim, and Master Chief. The 5 of us went to the Shore Shack that was close to Millennium Park. So we went over there, and we got something to eat. And while we wait for our food to get done, I'm standing there. Now keep in mind, A White Rabbit, I told her, you know, who I was, like, hey, you know, I'm True Inferno, I'm a YouTuber. So when I'm there for the meetup, I'm going to be wearing a Clone Inferno shirt, which I was. So she saw me, she saw the shirt, she was like, wait a minute, True? I'm like, yeah. So it just happened, she was at that Shore Shack near the meetup. So we did the trade, and there you go. I got my Pokedex entry to Tot, which is right here. Shout out to A White Rabbit for the trade, and enjoy your shiny Sableye. I got like a few of those, so it's like no big deal for me. So the 5 of us, you know, were eating, and then Count Gensler had to leave. So we managed to get JT, where he said he was going to come, but JT Valor showed up, and he invited this guy right here, Pop Punk, right here, Pop Punk Pokemon YouTube right here. So this is his Instagram. He posts some pretty dope pictures on here, and apparently, yeah, he got a YouTube channel, so I recommend you guys check him out as well. So JT Valor showed up first, got some, oh gosh, and I recommend you guys watch Hybrid Mongoose video of his meetup or his first day in Chicago, something along those lines, and watch the end. And the spot that I'm talking about is at the end of the video right there, because JT Valor, he took a burger and he was all like, I can't talk. He was molesting himself with the burger, making these weird looking faces. It was so funny, and that is in Hybrid Mongoose video. So I recommend you guys check that out. And again, it's at the end of the video. So there you go with that. So after we all got done eating and Pop Punch showed up, we left. And Hybrid Mongoose, J. Kim, and Master Chi, they went to the Airbnb because those 3 was in the Airbnb. The 3 of us, we was out and about. We were walking around downtown Chicago playing the game and talking. It was raining and it was windy, but we were still playing. We made our way to Grand Park, and we got a sneak peek of GoFest, although we did kind of accidentally skip past the winter habitat, but whatever. Then after that, we made our way to Subway, where Papa got something to eat. Me and JT Valley got something to drink. And they took a Uber, I guess, or they made their way to the Airbnb. I took a Lyft towards my Airbnb, and I got some sleep. And then Thursday, I packed up my stuff, and I made my way back home. So on the way home, I fell asleep. And remember, on the way to Chicago, I was delayed, because we made 2 delayed stops twice. Back to back, actually. On the way, and we was delayed for an hour. On the way back, I was delayed for 2 hours. I fell asleep throughout the majority of it, so I had no clue what happened, what was going on. But I was 2 hours late getting back home because of these train delays. It was crazy. So you probably wondering, why did I leave Chicago? Well, for those of you who don't know, I was the best man for a wedding that Saturday. And that Thursday was the wedding rehearsal and the wedding rehearsal dinner. So I had to get back for that. So I came back to Detroit Thursday for the wedding rehearsal, stayed there all day Thursday, stayed there all day Friday, then Saturday was the wedding. So obviously, gave my boy, and the groom, by the way, is working with Wembley. So some of you guys should know who that is. He showed up at my live streams. He posts comments on my videos. And matter of fact, he was in my recent video where I went to bail out. So a number of you guys should know who that is. But in case you don't, working with Wembley, go subscribe to his channel as well. He was getting married, and I was the best man. So, I gave him the ring, and then at the reception, I gave the best man speech. So I actually got the best man speech recorded at its entirety. So y'all go ahead and check that out, and I'll be back with you guys in a second.
Let's go.
Greetings, everybody. For those of you who don't know, my name is Darrell Marks, and
What?
like I was saying, my name is Darrell Marks, and I'm the best man of this wedding. So, as you all should know, and some of you probably experienced this yourself, y'all are here to hear me talk about the nice and good things about Steve, and well, y'all really here to see me roast the guy. I mean, let's be real. That's why y'all came here.
Don't you dare roast me.
So with that said, let me start off with the roasting real quick. Can you hold this real quick? All right, no, I'm just playing. I ain't doing that.
That's why I picked you. Do not roast me.
But besides all the jokes, there's not really a lot of material for me to use against him. Well, some of them are small compared to the rest of the groomsmen over here, but a part of that is also because he was raised correctly by his parents. I want to shout out to his mom that I got to know over the years. Very nice and kind young lady. And of course, I get to know his father, who was somebody who I very respected and somebody who I think would be very, very proud of Steve if he saw him today. But another reason why there's not a lot of material to use against him, aside from the fact that he got basically this side of the room and kicked out of clubs.
True story.
That is a true story. You should be lucky. You should be lucky. But no, part of that is because he's normally take care of himself, and both of you got his head on his shoulders. He often a thoughtful, responsible, honest, fair, and kind human being. But another reason why there's not a lot of material for me to roast him with is because of Lydia. Funny story, a couple of days ago, he actually told me that if it wasn't for Lydia, the things that he would want to do, he would probably end up in jail. Which is also a true story. But let's talk about Lydia real quick. Because, no, you have nothing to worry about. But I'm not sure he told you this, but I am a man who is into graphic design, web design, and video production. So I have a thing for the arts. So from a dancer, which is another form of the arts and creativity and innovation, I can heavily relate to that. And that's one of the reasons why I feel like you're a perfect match for Steve. Another reason is because you are a more responsible human being than he is, but you are a kind and gentle soul. So for that, I thank you for keeping his head on his shoulders and to basically keep him out of trouble. My last thank you goes out to Steve himself. For those of you who don't know, we actually met going back to 98, 99, 2000. So this is a friendship that lasted for 2 decades. So again, I'd like to thank you for making me your best man, for hanging out with me for all these years, and for being my bro throughout these 2 decades. And hopefully, whenever I get married and I make you my best man, you can take notes on my speech and be as graceful and show some dignity with your speech But with all of that said, I would like to thank everybody for showing up to the ready and to the reception. And let's just give one big congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Stephen Robert Wendy.
Alright, so that was the entire best man speech. A lot of people really liked the speech, by the way. So, sometime after the speech, I left the reception early. So, and you probably wonder, wait a minute, you're the best man. How can you leave the reception early? Here's why. One of the bridesmaids was the groom's older sister. She was the first member of the wedding party to leave. Like, she left early. So when I saw that, that's when I made my move. So I left. I wanted to leave like 8 or no later than 8:30. I didn't end up leaving until like 9:19. That's when I ended up leaving. And then, of course, I made my way back to Chicago. So, and then let me explain something to you about that drive. So it was dark. It occasionally was doing some light rain here and there. And it was foggy once I got closer to Chicago. But it was a smooth drive. It was a smooth drive. It was the smoothest drive to Chicago I able to party in. There was some construction, so the speed limit went down a bit, occasionally here and there. But again, it was still a smooth drive nevertheless. So, when I was almost there, I think it was like 11:44 p.m. Chicago time. That's when I got the notification from the Silk Road official Twitch account that they were going live. And I was like, that's kind of late, but okay. So apparently they was having a tournament at Lucky Strikes, the Silk Road after party, which is where I was heading. So I got there, it was like 12:44 a.m. Chicago time. So I got there Sunday. Went in, and I met so many people for the first time. It was crazy. Oh, God, let me see if I can remember them all. So I met that guy that plays there for the first time. I met Brandy Russ for the first time. I met Miss Mine for the first time. I met the Bird family, Teddy and Kim, for the first time. I met the main guy for Lorda Podcast for the first time. I met Iron Ryan for the first time. And matter of fact, shout out to Iron Ryan because he actually gave me this pen. He actually gave me this pen for free. So shout out to him for giving me this pen, and check out his channel as well. And I also met Ludo for the first time as well. I'm not sure if that was the Silk Road at the party or at Go Fest or at the meetup. I forgot exactly where I met him. But obviously I didn't get a camera up, unfortunately. But yeah, I did meet him somewhere along the line. I also met Mr. Six Gaming for the first time. Very cool dude. And I met Mr. J and Scott for the first time. Those are 2 members of Holly's Patreon/moderator crew. So I met them there for the first time. Everybody else, in the terms of the groupie squad, I met obviously at the meetup, and I got them on a camera. And it was crazy. I'm trying to think. Was there anybody else that I met for the first time? I can't recall anybody else right away that I met for the first time. So if I forgot you by name, yeah, that's right, Tiffany. I met Tiffany for the first time. And she's somebody who hangs out with Brandon Ton a lot. So I met her for the first time. And I met Super Trainer Sakura for the first time at the Silk Road after party. And that was pretty crazy right there. And I don't remember who else that I met for the first time down there. But when I say, hey, I'm True Inferno, they were like, oh, snap, you're True Inferno. Or they'll go crazy a little bit. Yeah, it was, and of course, there was a bunch of people that I already met that I met at the Silk Road at the party. So, for example, we're talking Holly, Zoe, Reverso, Nick, obviously Cruz, Only One Link, Poketron, Film Blogs, obviously JT Valor, Brandon Ton. Oh, I met Pogo King for the first time down there as well. Maddie Baby was down there. Omnisec was down there. Real Rock was down there. Trainer Remanco was down there. It was like so many people. Lady Brittany was down there. So many people were down there. It was crazy. Like, I can't remember everybody who I met for the first time or met again down there. So, and then here's the thing. So here's the thing. If you're not following Reverso on Twitter, let me explain to you what happened when I first saw Reverso in there. So when he saw me, let me explain something to you guys real quick. When I walked in there, I was wearing a black leather jacket with a black shirt rather, no hat, black shirt, nothing on the shirt. It was just a plain black shirt with a gold chain, all black pants, and my all black Air Jordan 9s. and I had a high top fade, so I kind of looked like The Rock, like, you know, before he cut his hair or whatever. So I walked in there, reversed saw me, he was like, oh snap, it's The Rock, hold on, let me get these pictures. So he took a picture of me by myself, and I did the people's eyebrow. Then he got a picture of The Rock before he actually started in the WWE. So he had the high top fade or whatever with the chain. It was in one picture where The Rock was wearing a long sleeve black shirt and he had the gold chain. And he had a fanny pack with blue jeans. It was crazy. And then Reversal took a picture of me and him side by side. And he posted all that on Twitter saying, oh my gosh, I met The Rock. It was pretty crazy. It was pretty funny. And then sometime after that, I'm going to butcher this name as well. He actually pulled out some Storopos, how you pronounce the joint, and he gave me one, like out the blue. I didn't ask for it. He gave me one. Bruh, that thing was so good. I recommend, if you're watching this, I recommend you go out and find yourself a Storopo by any means, and you try one. It is so good. I know they have many different flavors. I don't recall the flavor that he gave me, that he had with him that night, but it was so freaking good. I could not believe it. Like, it was amazing. So after that, you know, I hanging out with many different people. At this point, I'm talking to the groupie squad. So and then there was a VIP spot in there. I did not get a good look inside, but by walking by it and glancing in it, nobody was in there. And I heard that everybody who was VIP and got in, they didn't stay in there for long. So, but there was a spot for the Sith Roll tournament, and thanks to JT Valley, he got me over there. So I was able to get in and meet up with everybody else. But then here's where things got crazy. So again, the tournament got off to a late start, and the finals have not happened yet. All of a sudden, here come Lucky Strike's employees. Hey, we're closed. We need everybody to get out. And I'm looking like, what? I look at my phone. It's only 1:44 p.m. And normally they close at 2 p.m. I mean, p.m. a.m. It's 1:44 a.m. And normally they close at 2 a.m. So I'm looking like, what the heck? But yeah, they were closed. They were closing. They were trying to get everybody to leave or whatever. So we ended up doing the tournament outside, the finals outside. So Mania Baby, he was recording. So it's on his channel. Nick, aka Training Tips, he was recording, so it was on his channel. And Holly was doing the live stream. So obviously it's on her channel, and I was in her live stream. So we got our winner, and then after that, people started to leave, and only one link wanted me to drop off 2 people for him. One of them was one of the 8 finalists, and I think it was his girlfriend. So I had to drop them off at their car since I drove. And then I made my way towards the Groupie Squad Airbnb. Oh my gosh, this Airbnb. So I did not I did not explore the whole place until I woke up the next day, Sunday. So at this point, everybody left with the exception of Manny G and Matthew. Let me explain something to you guys real quick. There was 4 floors. If you didn't see my Twitter post, I did a Twitter post where I tagged Holly Mr. 7. Mr. 7 responded to it, by the way. And there's I don't know how many views it got now, but last I checked, it was close to 3,000 views. And that was a few days ago, so I don't know where it's at right now. This place got 4 floors, a basement in the first floor, second floor, third floor. Inside this place, there was a bunch of fireplaces, a bar and a half, because there was a full bar in the basement and half a bar on the second floor. There was 4 bathrooms, 1 per floor. One out of these 4 floors, basement on up to the second floor, 3 of them had these dope looking showers. All of the bathrooms was dope, and 3 of them had showers that looked dope as heck. And out of those 3, these 2, the second floor and the third floor, yeah, that's right, had a hot tub in them. So there was 2 hot tubs, and I'm like, what? Like, bruh, that's crazy. So it was crazy. It was a dope joint. And the first floor had 2 TVs in it. You know, the first floor, like I guess the den or living room, whatever, was connected to the kitchen, and there was a TV in the kitchen as well. And it wasn't no small TV either, flat screen too. So after that, I left there, went back to my Airbnb. I had to check back in, and I couldn't check in until 11, which was when my day started. So I checked in, made my way to Grand Park, and once I got there, I ran into Andreas, and I talked to him for a good 10 minutes. And then I was able to start my GoFest adventures. So obviously you all saw it. Now while I was there, I did run into DX1. I went into Dead Guy Plays, so check out his video because I'm in his video. And we ran into Liz because we was by the autograph section, so I talked to Zori, and I got a picture in with Holly, and I don't remember who, and I talked to Nick for a little bit, but yeah, it was pretty much crazy, and everything that's happened. You know, I went shiny hunting with B2 Mike, then I went to the YouTuber meetup at the pier, and then I went to the Airbnb, and I hung out there, you know, chill. And then I got something to eat. And then I went to sleep. And then Monday came. So obviously I did a live stream Monday. I explored the other half of my Airbnb area, which you all saw. There was another university over there and a bunch of Pokestops that I haven't hit up yet. I got them all. And then I went downtown. I went to this cafe because there was this one girl that I knew from a while back. And she invited me to a cafe, so I went in there, and I worked on my GoFest video, and I got it done in there naturally. So part 1, I did in that cafe. She hooked me up with a free latte, and I got a hot cocoa mood, not hot chocolate, a hot cocoa mood in there as well. And I traded her one of my shinies that I got at GoFest. Cause I got 8 shinies while I was at GoFest on my GoFest day, and it was a shiny Cubone. I traded her that, and she gave me a Charizard because it was like, whatever, I just want to give her a shiny. And I had a bunch of shiny Cubones. So right now, right? Then after that, I went towards the Groupie Squad Airbnb. We was over there, and I believe it was Kevin that cooked the food. So shout out to Kevin, because he made the ribs, he made the macaroni and cheese, and they were good as heck. And then with the pizza, he just put it in the microwave, heat it up, or whatever. And we was in there watching Mr. 7 videos, Holly videos, Pokemon 7 videos, my videos, Magic videos, which was pretty crazy. It was really crazy. And we would like, and these guys, all of them was cool as heck. All of them was cool as heck. So shout out to the Groupie Squad who I was hanging out with Monday. Like all of them was cool as heck. And we were just talking, hanging out, having a good time. And I think I left sometime after 12:30. Went back to my Airbnb, went to sleep. And then Tuesday, I went to the Lincoln Park Zoo. Got a bunch of Pokestops there. I explored Lincoln Park a little bit. Don't go to Lincoln Park. Do not go to Lincoln Park. Because, you know, I went there because that's where GoFest was last year. I want to see how it looked. Don't go to Lincoln Park. Just go to the zoo and to the southern portion of the park. But if you go to the park alongside the zoo, so if this is the zoo, this is the park. Don't do that. The park down here, yeah, hit that up. But the park next to the zoo, no, don't do that. But went over there, hung out there for a bit, and then I drove home. And that was pretty much it for my GoFest adventure. So, or my Chicago adventure. So, like I said, I got 8 shinies while I was at GoFest. I didn't showcase all of them because some of them I already had already. So again, I got the shiny Cubone, which I traded off. So if you were, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, if you guys were to look over there, here's all the shinies that I got. So I got the shiny Clampo, I got the shiny Sandshrew, which I showed to Nick, by the way. I got the shiny Machop, which is now Machamp, by the way. I got the shiny Lotad, which is reserved for somebody. I got the shiny Realmer, and the shiny Driploon, and of course the shiny Absol. So I got those 8 while I was inside a GoFest. Now the Pokemon that I got during GoFest weekend was this shiny Duskull, which was that Monday. On my way towards the Groupie Squad Airbnb. I got this while I was at home doing GoFest weekend, and I got this doing GoFest weekend as well. So I got a grand total of 11 shinies doing GoFest weekend. And there was a number of people that were at GoFest that wanted me that I didn't get a chance to meet. And one of them was Lions for Days. Shout out to Lions for Days, which is a shame because he's the one who hooked me up with my ticket. He hooked me up with my ticket, and I really want to meet this guy. Told me that he would go pay for my ticket for free. So shout out to Lions for Days for hooking me up with a ticket. Another guy that I wanted to meet was Poke AK. I did not get an opportunity to meet him at all. I also wanted to meet him, so shout out to Poke AK. Yuri, I wanted to meet her. Didn't get a chance to meet her. Yamada, I saw him last year. I didn't get a chance to speak to him. I didn't see him this year. So unfortunately, I missed out on meeting Yamada. And it was, I can't remember everybody at the top of my head that was at GoFest. Oh, Panaman. some strange reason, I did not see Panda Man at all this time around. Like, I saw Omnisec, I saw the Bird Family, I saw Will Rock, I saw They Got Plays, but I did not see Panda Man, which was crazy. So, shout out to Panda Man as well. And there's probably a few other people that I wanted to meet at GoFest, but I didn't see, unfortunately. And there was so many of you guys that I did see, and actually I want to shout some more people out as well. Mystic Melody, we actually met. I know we met Sunday, but I felt like we met. Oh yeah, she was at the Silver at the party as well. So yeah, very sweet girl. I'm very glad I got to meet her. And also Brandy was finally got to meet her. Very glad I got to meet her. I did not expect her to be that short, to be honest. Like, yeah, she is short. So got a chance to meet her. Obviously, I saw Kirsten again, so it was nice meeting you again as well. There's so many of you guys that I met this year, whether I saw you last year or this is my first time meeting you. So yeah, I'd like to thank all you guys for, you know, meeting up with me at GoFest or that GoFest week and things of that nature. Also, shout out to everybody that saw me, that recognized me, and wanted to take a picture with me and wanted me to sign stuff for them. I thank you guys for that. Very cool of you guys for doing that. Mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys for all of that as well. And yeah, shout out to Niantic for putting on another good event. Now, I will be honest with you guys. The GoFest event was slightly better than last year's event, but in terms of the entire trip as a whole, I have to say last year's was better for me personally, because I was there throughout the, well, not the entire time, but the time I first got there to the time for me to go, I was there. I didn't have to leave in between and come back or anything like that. So that was the only thing that messed up for me this year. So, and it's crazy because out of all the 3 years I've been to Chicago for GoFest, there's always something that prevented me from having that true experience at GoFest. So 2 years ago, I was only there for that day. So I missed out. I only did one Lugia raid, but I missed out on all the crazy Lugia raids. I missed out on all the crazy Articuno spawns, and I missed out on that. So I was only there for a day. That was 2 years ago. Last year, I missed out on the very first YouTuber meetup because I couldn't get there until later that night. So I missed the YouTuber meetup, and I missed the YouTuber dinner as well. So that was last year. This year, I missed out on everything that went down Thursday, Friday, and technically Saturday. Cause I didn't get back to Chicago until like 12:44 a.m. Sunday. So I missed out on everything that happened on those 3 days. I missed out everything that happened at the park. I missed out on all the meetups, and I missed out on all the dinners. So I missed out on a lot of stuff. So next year's GoFest, more likely it'll be in Chicago, the June edition more likely. I'm not missing out on anything. I am not missing out on anything. I am going to be there for everything. So for the first meetup to the last meetup, to all the dinners, I'm going to be at GoFest all 4 days and things of that nature. I'm not missing a thing for any reason. I don't care what it is. I'm not missing it. So there you go with that. And I believe I got everything that I wanted to say to you guys. So I'm going to call it a wrap. So with that said, y'all know who this is. This is boy the new Jay Gatsby, a.k.a. the new Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah. After you subscribe to the channel, make sure you click the bell icon so you never miss a new video or a live stream ever again. Thanks, guys.
Living in a world where tomorrow's never promised. Last of a dying breed, rather find honest. Got me feeling like an onyx. My heart was getting hard till I looked to the sky. Say I'ma leave it to God and embark on this path. Journey of a lifetime. Everybody rhyme, but not a lot I co-sign. Define the mind's capability.